I can't believe I just defeated a 2500 rated player using a weird unknown opening, which I am calling the reverse F3 French, inspired by yesterday's Chess World Championship match between Gukesh and Ding. This video will be about the French. Maybe this will explain the reason why Liren chose to play the French in the first game. I want you guys to see the potential of the French. First, what you're going to see in this video is this type of French where your opponent plays d4 and then you go knight c6. You know the idea. If d5, you just want to sacrifice your knight like this and win the game. This is not what happened in the game, by the way, just a little bit of a spoiler. My opponent played knight f3, a standard move, and now theory demands you should go d5 immediately, and most of your opponents will most likely play e5, after which you go pawn to f6. So just d5 and f6. I guarantee you guys, you're going to be winning most of your games, and the plan here is very simple. Say white takes, yes, in this particular position you want to take back with your knight. That's fine. You can also take back with your queen, but you're not going to see most of your opponents taking on f6 right on move 5. So if this capture happens later in the game or somewhere in the middle game, you want to take back with your G pawn. This is okay even now. So you're going to play in the style of the modern gambit. You develop your light squared bishop depending on the situation. You free up your dark squared bishop. You play queen e7, h5, castle long, and then develop your king's knight like this, just like what we do in the modern gambit. Sometimes you will be developing your dark squared bishop on h6, provoking bishop takes. And if you don't want to castle long, you can always put your king on f7. It will be the most secured piece on earth. Anyway, so two plans: bishop d7, queen e7, castle long, or h5, bishop h6, provoking bishop takes, queen e7, and king f7, or depending on what your opponent is doing. Don't memorize anything. So I just discovered you can also play in a similar fashion, even with white. How? You start with the Vanjit opening, and after your opponent plays pawn to d5, you just simply go e3. If they play pawn to e5, the second most played move, just trying to occupy the center of the board, you simply go pawn to d5. And after e4, this is where you want to play pawn to f3. This has been proven even in the Masters database. I mean, you can check for yourselves. There are a number of games here, all in white favor. So masters do play these things as well. So kind of the French, right? And most black players here play bishop b4, if I'm not mistaken. And this is why you are supposed to play bishop d2, and after bishop takes, you take back. Say knight f6, you simply go knight e2 from here. The plan is to put your knight on g3. Simple. So knight e2, again, if black takes, you just take back with your g pawn. Kind of the modern gambit if you think about it. If they play something like queen e7, just an example, you play queen d2, you're one move away from securing your king. Or sometimes they can do this. Worse off, you have bishop b4. Pop. Okay, there are times when black manages to target your weak e3 pawn. For example, let me just make a random move for white. Say pawn to h4, I'm just making a move. Black may play rook e8. These are moments where you'd want to put your king on f2, also supporting your e3 pawn. This is very much acceptable. Talk of moves like knight h5, here you can just play something like rook e1. There's just nothing that black can do from here. Your king is very safe on f2 and it cannot be attacked. Knight c6, just making random moves. Knight g3, you free up this file. If knight takes, you take back with your king. What else? They can't even give a check. Maybe this is a sheer waste of time. Again, you can just go back to f2, and maybe on the next move, challenge light squared bishop. Bishop takes, queen takes. The game is very much playable, and you have many attacking chances if you think about it, including h5 as well. So you're going to see something like this in the two games I'm about to play. Keep watching. Before I continue, this will probably be your last time to hear from me ever again if you don't subscribe, or if you don't hit the like button and leaving a comment down below, because the YouTube algorithm won't be recommending my videos to you and to others. Nice. Once again, let's go with the French mechanics. I won't get tired of, playing this. I still believe in this opening. Now, this is what I wanted to see, not the d5 line where I sacrifice my knight. This is probably one of the lines that you're going to see, very often in serious classical chess. So what I said here is to start with pawn to d5. Whenever you see knight c3 or even knight f3, just go pawn to d5. So the idea is to play pawn to f6, after white advances that pawn, but not now. This can wait. Oh, wait a second. This is what I said you should do in my tutorial video. Just go up, pawn to f6. And the whole idea, by the way, is just to take on e5, given a chance that after pawn takes, you may have a new place for your dark squared bishop. Bishop b5 is what everybody plays. But you have an option, either to play a6 or be active with bishop d7. Theory says you should play bishop d7 because you are developing a minor piece with tempo. After bishop takes, you're going to take back. Yep. So you take back with your bishop. This is what I said in my tutorial video. So everything is moving according to plan. I just hope I won't mess up. And I like this, by the way. So here I have an option, either to take with the knight or the g pawn. Taking back with the queen won't just look right if you think about it. Let me see what I can do here. I'm thinking of taking back with my g pawn. Let me take back with my pawn. Yeah, there's nothing wrong, by the way, with taking with the knight, but this just looks nice. This is all theory, by the way. I'm not just making up stuff. If h4, I have pawn to h5. And I intend to develop my dark squared bishop here, targeting the h2 square. And my knight will be developed like this. If I'm not mistaken, this is called the French connection Nimzowitsch defense. I think I can also play queen d7. Why queen d7 though? Let me tell you something about queen d7. You just want to castle long given a chance, because oftentimes white likes occupying the e file. So that's why queen d7 becomes handy. Think about it. If anything, I'll just castle long, but I don't have to do that anyways. Another place where I can put my king is on f7. In fact, I can do this if I want to right now, and I won't have any problems. After playing king f7, you just remember to play pawn to h5 to seal the deal and develop your other pieces as shown on the board. Kind of the modern defense if you think about it. But in this position, it is just safe to castle long. And if queen e2 is played, I'll just put my rook on e8. And now I'm thinking, I don't know why the French defense was so underrated in a few years back. Liren played the French. So you can see that it has become a trusted opening even in serious competitive events. This is a tactical move, by the way, just sacrificing my e6 pawn temporarily. A theoretical move. If rook takes, that will pave way for my light squared bishop. This is what I intended to do, shifting my pieces to this side of the board where it matters the most. Let the rook go back and I'll play something like this. Start pressurizing my opponent. In this position, I can also develop my knight first. I want to attack the rook. So in this so-called f6 French, it's not much of a stretch to give up your e-pawn. And this is just what I wanted to show you guys. So this is where you develop your king's knight on f5. Just like what we do in the modern defense or in the modern gambit. I should mention to say I'm playing against a 23-17 rated opponent. So quite a strong opponent not to mess with. Now you see my plan is very simple. Checkmating white on g2 with my queen. I guess we're going to see g3. Yes. And you know what? Because I have so many pieces, pointing towards the king side, I can even sacrifice material here. For example, bishop takes. If pawn takes, I take back with my knight. This is what we call chess. And I guess this is the reason why Liren chose to play the French in the first game of the Chess World Championship match, simply because the French can be so tricky at times. I'm looking at something more tactical here. At first, I was thinking of playing knight e4 check and then queen g2 check. Oh, I'm running low on time. But now I've seen a better continuation, starting with knight h1 check, give a check. This rook will come into the game. Oh, let me do that before I flag myself. What should better take, by the way? There's no need to avoid taking. After which I'm going to give a check. This is coming. And this. Yep. So now we give a check. I'm not worried about time because there's 3 seconds increment. So after, king e3, now I can give a check with my rook, and the bishop will come into picture. After this will be checkmate. Oh, not really checkmate. There's knight e4 coming. Okay, this is one move I didn't include in my calculations, but anyways, it is what it is. Let's play bishop f5 still. I want to walk away with a little discovery. I can also do this if things go wrong. Pop, check. Just in case. Just in case. Or just give a check, win the knight. Any respectful human being here could just resign. Just like I said, or just like I promised, discovery check. And check. Now this is just game over. My opponent left the game instead of resigning. How can a fully grown bearded man do this to me? Why? Let's try another game. Now I'm playing against a 2506 rated player. Can I try something like the reverse French that I just showed you guys? Yeah, so the idea is to allow black to occupy the d5 and the e4 square. How can I do that? I think let me play pawn to e3 so that I can allow for this. So I guess this is one opening that you should give a try. I want black to play this move. So the move I can play here is something like pawn to h4 if I'm not mistaken, or a4, just buying time if you think about it. Which one can I go for? I think let me play a4. If pawn to e5, I'll play d5. I mean d4, yes. So this was like a long-term prophylactic move if you think about it. And now it is my turn. So let me just go d4. Yeah, and now we've seen this move. From here, theory states you're supposed to play knight e2. But I'm going to do what I did with black pieces. Playing pawn to f6, this time f3. With pawn to f3, you stop, black from playing knight g4 or bishop g4. Again, there we see bishop pin on the knight, just like we saw with black pieces. You guys see how history may repeat itself. So now you unpin your knight like this. By the way, if black doesn't take, you just take like this and that. Again, remember I'm playing against a 2506 this time, so I should be a little bit careful. Now you want to develop your knight like this. So you play knight e2. Yeah, okay, even if black takes on f3, you just take and put your king on f2. This is all theory. So you play knight g3, rook e8, knight g3. If pawn takes, I'll take back with my pawn. Or let me just wait. I can even take back with my queen from a positional point of view. I mean, yeah, this time if pawn takes, I should take back with my queen to defend my e3 pawn. And I should be very fast, I think. Yeah, pawn takes, queen takes, defending my pawn. If bishop g4, I retreat my queen on f2. still, holding on to my e3 pawn and castle long. So this is all acceptable according to Stockfish. It's all playable. If black doesn't take, I can even put my king on f2. My king on f2 will be the safest piece on earth. Apart from your girlfriend's. Here I can just take. Excuse me. I want to take on h5. Oh, this is bad. Let me counterattack the other knight. So the idea is to take. Ah, no, this is bad. Did I miss something here? I think I missed something here. This is bishop g4, right? But I have this. Oh, this. Yeah. Okay, this is still fine. I think I need to investigate or do more research on this weird opening, which I can call the reverse French defense, the reverse f3 French defense. I think I should do more research. There's only 1 second increment here. Let's pass along. Okay, if knight takes, there's a simple tactic. I can also play rook f1, rook hf1. Let's do this. No, I think I just messed up. Should have given a check. There's checkmate coming on f7, by the way. So black can't do what you're thinking. If queen e8 or queen e7, I have to have check. Check to separate the husband from the wife. 9 seconds now. I also have this. Check. This guy. Okay, so my opponent just resigned. 25-06, missed this simple tactic. So guys, I'm very happy with this. I think I should do more research on this weird f3 French, or what I can call the reverse f3 French opening.